In 2021, we had 5 cargo thefts reported. In 2024, we had 876 cargo thefts reported. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars stolen in incidents across the United States with no resolution.
A crisis over cargo theft making it to Capitol Hill, the Senate holding a hearing addressing an increase in thieves targeting trains and trucks, stealing everything from electronics to food. I don't know if you heard about this story, but just last month, more than $1 million worth of Nintendo Switch devices were stolen from a truck in Colorado. The heists, now a $35 billion problem per year, with freight trains cleared out in a matter of minutes. This video from Los Angeles showing the aftermath of thieves looting cargo containers, leaving only shredded boxes behind. I'm now joined by Chris Spear, President and CEO of American Trucking Associations. Chris, as always, I appreciate your time on the show. I mean, these crimes appear to be skyrocketing. The American Trucking Association sharing that strategic theft has risen 1,500% since 2021. I mean, what and who is behind all this?
Well, these are not just your grab and run type criminals, and that does exist, but we're seeing activity now originate from Eastern Europe, from Russia. These transnational organizations are actually hacking into our systems, redirecting freight while it's in motion. The driver thinks it's the company telling him where to drop. That freight is long gone before law enforcement could even be notified. So this is a $35 billion a year hit to the industry, as well as the economy and supply chain. So there are a lot of modes like trucking that are involved in this effort and really bringing the awareness to Congress, which is now really engaged. They're listening. They understand it's a problem, and now we're trying to really put forward legislation that would fix the problem at the federal, state, and local level.
Talk to me more about that $35 billion a year price tag, Chris, because what are the biggest concerns with this if the trend continues? Is it jamming up the supply chain, higher costs getting passed on to the consumer? What are you most worried about?
Certainly the latter. Obviously, insurance costs for my members that are carrying the freight, which is about 72% of our domestic freight in the United States. But that $35 billion is really reflected in the prices we ultimately pay for the things that we need and want. So things like milk, eggs, bread, fuel, but also pharmaceuticals, electronics, as you noted earlier. Everything that we're paying for now, it's that widespread. It's going to have a cost to it as a result of this criminal activity. We need to be going after the bad guys, not just here in the domestic arena, but also abroad. And that's going to take federal capabilities well beyond anything that we could harden in our companies. We need the federal leadership to coordinate that activity at the state and local government, work with our industry to really go after these criminals and lower prices that we consumers pay.
Yeah, and it's just wild to see some of this video. I mean, this aerial footage of all, the debris, the aftermath of the looting. You say these operations are becoming more and more sophisticated. These are now like highly organized crime rings doing this. Where are these crooks taking all of this loot for selling, and how difficult has it been to track their movements after the fact?
Well, you showed yesterday's hearing in the Senate, and that was our witness. We're really grateful for that. That testimony really painted a landscape for the Senate Judiciary Committee that focuses on a whole host of activities, where these products end up going. There's a number of companies or countries, I would say, that actually ban energy drinks. Energy drinks are a high-value target. They actually end up getting stolen and then shipped overseas, illegally sold in those countries that ban those drinks. So this activity is widespread. It impacts all products in our country. But some of the more sophisticated activity we're seeing, when you get into the bill of lading, when you start targeting the most high-value targets, you can see that, go after it, redirect it. These are activities that are really having a direct impact on the supply chain and the prices we pay. But I also believe it's going to take on a national security risk if we don't have that federal leadership. So I'm very grateful for the Republican-led House and Senate and this administration for taking a hard look at this. We need to be getting tough on crime, and this is definitely a good place to spend our time and energy.
Yeah, well, it's scary. It's also maddening for companies and trucking associations across the country. Chris Spear, always appreciate your time and expertise, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.